Savoy cheese. Cheese from the Savoy region. Oh, that's where you get your good reblochons.
And that's the stuff you put in. What's the potato?
Raclette.
Raclette. What was that potato dish that they had when you were in?
That tartiflette.
Tartiflette.
That's also, they use raclette for that as well.
Tartiflette pizza, I think, was the some of the best food we had.
That random little cafe round the back.
Yeah, very good.
That was very good.
And not a calorie in sight.
Well, not when you've been skiing all day. You burnt it all off. We hadn't, had we?
Was that when I tried the... We're going to talk about skiing in another episode,
we will,
actually, so let's not go too far now. But
no.
I'm not sure whether that was around the snowboarding.
It was.
Yes.
And the little kiddie.
Be careful what you say here.
We'll save that one.
A lot better than me. Yes, we'll save that one for.
It's a very good story, and I will tell it.
It is good. So, if we went for favourite cheese,
mine is a smoked. I could eat a smoked cheese.
Yeah, I quite like a smoked cheese.
The Applewood, I think it's called.
That is very nice.
That is a very nice, and that is the first time I tried that was in my advent calendar last year.
Very good. Which day was it?
Oh, they used the same one a few times, so.
Oh, okay. Oh, well, that's quite nice because then you find what you like and you can look forward to it.
Yeah, I think there's about 8, and they reshuffle them.
Yeah, that's all right.
Yeah, and then I give my other half the ones I don't like.
That's very wise. The trick with all of these food-based advent calendars is getting there first.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely. But we also have a cheese box that comes to us every other month.
Well, that sounds very nice.
It was, the first box was amazing. We had a nettle cheese.
Mm-hmm.
Now that is in my top 5. A nettle cheese.
Was it a Dutch one?
No, it was made here because most of them are. Can't remember what it's called.
An ex-work colleague who's Dutch and lives in the UK but goes back to Holland or Netherlands quite frequently, often came back with this lump of nettle cheese and some really weird stuff that they have out there, but it generally was very, very nice. A nettle one in particular, I don't know what's in it, but it is very nice.
The base of the cheese that they use is so creamy, and then I never thought I'd like something that had nettles in it. The idea kind of creeps me out, but
no, it's interesting. Nettles is one of the things I can grow very well at the allotment, and I do think about whether I should boil it down. And in fact, I was reading this week about making nettle tea, which is used as a compost or fertiliser for fruit, I think it was. But apparently it's a bit whiffy, and it requires you to boil it down, and unfortunately, as I don't get so many days to myself at the moment, it's quite hard to get away with that. And
I don't think the others in the household would appreciate.
No, and after the pickled egg incident, then that's not going to happen anytime soon. No. I've been reintroducing blue cheese because it caused a problem in my mouth for a while.
So have I, because I had the same.
Yeah, a little bit every now and then is okay. Don't end up with a slightly odd swelling sensation in the mouth, which is quite unpleasant. But yes, so hard to pick a cheese that's my favourite, to be honest, because I like them all really, with the possible exception of Stinking Bishop, which we have had in the house and has had to go inside 2 plastic containers in the fridge in the garage.
Yes, I do remember that.
It too much.
It tastes nice though. The actual flavour of the cheese is good.
Yeah.
It's just a shame that every time you open the fridge, it's like someone's put their 5-day-old running socks in your face.
Yes, it is a bit like that. Yes, some of the goat's cheeses actually taste like 5-year-old or 5-day-old running socks. So,
And used cheese. Don't recommend
used
it.
Cheese.
Use, as in the
No,
female.
I quite like sheep cheese.
Do you?
Yeah. Yeah, it's
Not sure
allegedly slightly easier on the digestive system than cow's cheese. But,
there's a weird aftertaste.
There can be. I found there's a goat's cheese, a soft one, you can get from most supermarkets. And that if you leave that open for a few days, it just it changes the texture of it, and the smell tastes all change slightly.
We had a brie type one that they suggested cooking, and the smell from the oven, and it just wasn't. It wasn't a brie.
Ah, okay. Because normally it's something like a camembert or a brie. It's quite nice hot.
But no.
Yeah, it normally goes. Yes.
But
Well, when's your next cheese delivery?
Oh,
Must be soon, isn't it?
it is November, so it'll be in the next couple of weeks.
Oh, excellent.
Or we could do an unwrapping.
Not sure that works very well on I keep calling it radio, but of course it's not really radio, is it?
I think I'm thinking of vlogs. That's what I keep thinking of.
Yeah. Well, we could always do a video version. But,
we could always do a facial unveiling. You know, because people hear our voices, don't know what we look like.
Well, there's a reason for that.
Yeah. So I can wear pyjamas.
And I have a face for radio, so that's absolutely perfect.
You are listening to the Lippy and Grumpy podcast.
Right, well, next up is your favourite shop.
It is, and I am attending the opening of our newest one down the road from us.
Oh, really? Are you on the list?
Well, I'm not officially. I haven't heard anything back, but Aldi, if anyone works in Aldi that listens to this, I would love to be the first person in your store in... Where do I live?
Well, we don't give away locations.
Oh, no. Round the corner from me. It's opening on the 22nd of October.
Well, that might narrow it down a bit.
It took over a massive Waitrose as well, so the middle aisle shopping is just going to be... to die for, you know?
Yes, I think it probably will be.
Because their craft section at the moment is just something else. They're actually selling a sewing machine that's £150, and it's meant to be better than any Singer or Brother or... I don't know if you know any of the brands.
I know of the brands. I mean, my grandmother, who was born in 1901, she had a Singer sewing machine, which had a foot-operated motor, essentially. So it had a plate about 3 foot by 2 foot, wrought iron, and you sort of used it a bit like an accelerator on a car. So you push it one way, and then it would rock back, and it would then power the sewing machine. So there's no electricity or motor involved in it. Ooh. And it was beautiful. It was so well made. And Singer, bearing in mind there's connections back to the motor trade as well with sewing machines. You know, Peugeot, for example, made sewing machines. That's what they did originally, and then went into cars and bicycles and all sorts of other things. So a lot of that sort of mechanical work that went on around the turn of the century then found its way into other sorts of manufacturing. So Singer is a very well established brand for sewing machines. And Brother, I mean, I've come across them a lot, more with computer peripherals and printers and anything else. But you know, if you can make electronic something, you can make electronic pretty much anything really. I mean, look at Samsung and LG. I mean, the range of goods is enormous.
The digital ones are the best ones, and that's what Aldi's. So Aldi's craft section is called So Crafty, but I believe it's actually Aldi that makes the products, or they're linked just to Aldi, So Crafty, and they sell all sorts of things in there.
So when you say digital, what does that mean?
So it's you get a little screen, and there's triple the amount of pattern designs that you can do, because it's all on. You just type it into the screen rather than having to do the little clog on the side.
Okay.
To then change the thing, and it changes the needle and does all that.
Okay, so more to go wrong, really.
Exactly, but
with my slightly grumpy hat on, you know, on the basis that I don't own a car made this century, But
YouTube is a wonderful thing, and someone will be able to fix it.
Well, not if it's a broken plastic cog, they won't. I suppose these days you can print them. 3D printer. There's all sorts of things you can do with that. Yes.
But anyway, Aldi opening another one near me, so it'll be the second one within about 5 miles.
Yeah, so it's not a shop I've been to a lot. I think I've only been probably once with you, actually. I used to go when I was working in an office, as Jack Whitehall would say, the Lidl.
The Lidl.
The Lidl, yes, we go to the Lidl, which was an experience that was both fantastic because of the middle and frustrating because of the queues at the checkout. And I have to say, if you're going in for a lunchtime snack, then the Lidl is not the place to go because you queue for half your lunch break waiting to pay, which is crazy.
See, that's where Aldi have a little bit of an edge on the Lidl, because as soon as you kind of 3 people back, they open a new till for you.
Yeah.
And they move people on, and I don't think I've queued at those checkouts for very long. And there's people with big old shops, like the speed that they get those products through is impressive, to be fair. But I think with Lidl, you go in and it's all amazing, but it's very foreign looking, and I feel like they have Euro versions. Like when you look at the sticker, I feel like it's in a euro. I don't know why. Feels like a foreign.
Yes, I know
like
what you mean,
a French
actually.
supermarket. It's definitely in pounds, but in my head it looks like it's in euros. I think it's the yellowness of the sticker.
I was going to say, it's the yellow and orange stickers do feel slightly French.
Very French.
Yeah. Yes,
And
I think
then-
you're right.
And I went there to pick up a sewing book, obviously, and ended up queuing for 20 minutes and got so annoyed.
Yes. No, I hate to say it, but I have done a few basket abandonments in
have
there, which
you?
I'm not proud of,
No.
but out of frustration. That said, Lidl's tools, some of them are absolutely spectacularly brilliant.
Well, then you need to pop into Aldi more, because Aldi do all the same. They do a massive tool range, a massive car range, massive kids range. Not that anybody needs that, but
No, but also it's a long way for me to go. I don't
it's
really
one in
know.
Guildford.
Yeah, it's the other side of Guildford.
Or
though, isn't it? Is it
come and
Guildford?
visit me.
Well, once the big one's open, then
Yeah.
yes, we'll pop over to you.
Have a little hunt in the middle hours.
middle aisle of yes.
That is the issue, though. I went in for some lunch bits, some dinner bits for the weekend, and ended up coming out with a lot of fabric. I did put it back. I almost bought a little coffee machine that has its own flask, and you just push like 2 buttons and it makes it. But I have a coffee machine. I don't know why I needed it, but it was $5.99, and I was like, that's a handy little.
That
little
is a
coffee
handy
machine.
little thing. That is hard to resist. You did well there.
Yeah. I think I put it in and I walk around thinking about it, and then I kind of talk myself out of it.
Very good.
That's how I avoid buying things I really don't need, and my house is way too small to house all of these things.
Yes. It's yeah. Well, maybe you buy a flat pack extension next time you're there.
Or maybe a new shed.
Oh, there's always room for a new shed.
A plastic one.
Bit traditional when it comes to sheds.
Yeah, ours is falling apart though.
Yeah. Well, they are fixable. The trick is getting it before it's gone too far. I've got.
I mean, our door doesn't. It's wonky, so.
Yeah, but my allotment one's a bit wonky, but I use that as a security tool. Well, because it's very difficult to open unless you push literally one side of the shed up.
Someone would notice.
Yeah, well, what I was thinking of doing is putting some overlapping timber on the outside, because it is beginning to go. It's been up there 5 years now. And I'm slightly concerned that I'll do that. And a bit like my mother always used to say, if you look like that, if the wind changes, your face will stick like that.
Yeah.
What I'm worried is about, I'll put this stuff on there and it will set itself in the lopsided position, and I'll never be able to open the door. So I need to think that one through a bit more. But going back to Jack Whitehall, I think that was the one that you were at. Was it last year?
It was,
last
yes.
Christmas. Absolutely.
Last Christmas.
I do love a bit of Jack Whitehall, and he was particularly
He's my
good, I
fave.
have to say. Yes.
He's definitely my favourite comedian, and I thankfully got to go and see him live at the O2.
Very good.
And it was after he'd been to America, so there were some quite funny little American jokes going on about them doing everything bigger and better, including the intelligence of the people that live there.
Yes, well, that will. We're not doing politics, are we? But that will bear itself out, I guess, in the next 4 weeks. We'll wait and see. So, last of our topics for this week is Christmas adverts. Now, normally I'd be moaning moaning that the adverts had started.
I've had one.
And they haven't. The only ones I've seen are the furniture companies saying they can deliver for Christmas.
Which